What's up, everybody? It's Alex from Heavy New York. We are back at the Gramercy Theater for round 3 with Eugene of Ginger.
Exactly.
Yep. You are still one of the first interview we did where the tripod fell over. That's
Yes.
that's the second most watched interview on the entire channel.
Congrats, man. Yeah, great to know this.
Yeah, maybe I should just knock over the tripod on purpose.
Yeah, I will low kick it now. Yeah, just give it a low kick and it'll fall down definitely.
There you go. But I want to congratulate you once again on all the success. You have Macro scheduled to come out very soon. But earlier this year, you released the Micro EP. For people who may have discovered that, is that like a clear representation of what the Macro album's going to sound like?
In some way, we generally, in most, in its majority, we are just keep going the same way we did on Micro with Macro. Yeah, but as long as it is an album, it is way bigger. We had just more space for experiments, and there will be some deviations.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'll go there and here, step aside from the main point of the album. So it's going to be quite diverse.
Okay. Conceptually, do you consider this a direct follow-up to The King of Everything, or is this a completely separate album?
It's completely separate album. I think it is conceptually can be connected with Micro, and they both can be called sort of double record.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. But definitely it has no connection with King of Everything. It's a new step for us. It's definitely we've grown up since King of Everything, and this is an absolutely different album.
Interesting. One thing, as somebody who has listened to you, if you played me like 2 seconds of a song, I could tell that this is off Cloud Factory, that's off King of Everything. It's fair to say you always take a new approach to every album. You don't really have a formula that you stick with, right?
Thank you. Yeah, this is what we try to do. Yeah, we try to change, we try to develop, we try to move forward.
Mm-hmm. Now, I brought this up last time we spoke on the Devil Driver tour, but, going from Cradle of Filth to Devil Driver, I know that you did a tour with Obscura. You've toured with many different styles of bands. Have you noticed a variety or a different type of audience that you've been playing in front of?
Of course, especially with, such extreme bands as Cradle of Filth, because fans, their fans, their, let's say, true dedicated fans, definitely are they are that kind of people who won't probably listen to Ginger. But being here first time a year and a half ago, we just clearly saw who came to see us, who came to see them, but they kind of merged together, these two types of crowds. And anyway, we had all fun.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. One thing I've noticed is that your songs have many different vibes. Like a song like Teacher Teacher, for example, is very different from a song like Pisces, not Pieces. I've read those comments on YouTube. Thank you for the correction.
Pieces, Pisces, Pisces, doesn't matter. This word has dozens of pronunciations. Yeah, that's why.
Is it fair to say, though, that all of you feel many different emotions when creating different styles of music?
Exactly. It comes from there. Actually, the main point is that the music comes from all of us. We all take part in the composing. And that is why, because we are different people, music gets to be quite diverse.
Yeah.
Different from song to song. Yeah, and also, we kind of live, a bright life. We are living our bright lives. Yeah, travel all around the world, so definitely there is a huge spectrum of emotions which we express and represent on our music.
Yeah, and just last year was the first time you toured North America, and you said that was like a real, almost kind of like pinnacle moment for your career. Did maybe touring the States give you new perspective that influenced this album?
It definitely gave us a lot of perspectives, and I am. Let's say it this way. It's very hard to say now where we have the biggest following, either in Europe or in US, but judging by the shows we just played, this half of a tour we just did, and all the sold outs we had, and the reactions we had, so I would probably say that now we have more following here in the US than in Europe.
Really?
Yes.
And you said in Europe, a lot of people have a great obsession with American bands, right? Because here, European metal, whether it's At the Gates or whether it's a very mainstream hard rock band, it's always put on a pedestal. You said in Europe, everybody's obsessed with American bands.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I really I was curious about is there a similar energy that you put into your live presence as you do when you guys are in the studio?
No, these are absolutely two different processes, which are of course connected because they are both music, making music. But how I play live and how I play in the studio, it differs. because studio of work is, you know, it is actually concentration, is focus, is self-discipline, uh, self-discipline. Yeah, and you basically, it is very fatiguing. It is very tiring. So it really costs you a lot of energy. On the other hand, playing live is kind of more entertaining for me. I have more fun.
Yeah.
Because I'm way more relaxed on stage playing live.
Really?
Yes, and the feedback which fans give you, it's precious. You cannot compare it to anything else. Well, on the other hand, writing new music is actually, it gives you a lot of let's say self-satisfaction and realization. That's why, honestly, I wouldn't be able to pick one of these two. They are both of the same importance and same value for me.
Yeah.
Both processes creating music, either playing live or just writing this in the studio. These are two parts of the same thing.
Yeah. And another question I have for you is, when it comes to the songwriting process, do you and Tatiana and everybody else have to put yourself in a certain element in order for the inspiration to come, or does inspiration just come out of nowhere?
It depends. In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. In some cases, you just put yourself in that very place or just mood. But very often, most of the songs on this album were written actually with this pure inspiration coming out of nowhere.
Oh, really? Just came so naturally?
Yeah.
Yep. I have two more questions for you. We'll get the hardest question out of the way. I didn't ask this the last time, and I love asking every artist.
Go ahead.
this. How do you know when a song is done?
We just know. There is no formula. It's just, we feel it. Okay, it is done. Or very often we just come to a point when we say, okay, we are almost done. We just need the final part for the song, the ending.
Okay.
And here it comes. Yeah.
Fair enough.
It has never been like overcomplicating our songs with more and more constructions and structures. No, we make music and it comes from somewhere inside this voice which says, okay, guys, slow down.
Yeah.
This is enough. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't really force or overthink anything.
Never.
Very good. That's got to really keep the songwriting process interesting. Yep. And the final question I want to ask you is that, you know, these past couple of tours you've done, and you've really developed such a dedicated fan base. And I've met a lot of fans who, you know, the line is around the block right now. And people have told me on how your music has touched their hearts and really opened their mind up to new ideas. When you hear how your music has helped a fan or inspired them, does that change your perspective on who you are as an artist?
Well, definitely. It's a well-connected. These are two well-connected things: fans and the artist. And definitely, fans have an impact on the artist, especially if your music somehow, you know, helped them in their lives. Yeah, I don't know, help them to go through a difficult period of their lives. Yeah, definitely. When they come back to you, meet you at meet and greets, or just text you on social media and tell you about this, it of course has an impact on how you make music in the future, because you start understanding how valuable it may be for the others and how precious it may be for the others.
Yeah, it's like just as much of a responsibility.
Yes, exactly.
Yep. So before we go, I want to thank you so much for coming back. We made it without the tripod falling this time. If you want to kick it now, you can.
No.
But is there just anything, obviously, you know, Macro's coming out very, very soon. Obviously, we could expect to be seeing you on the road quite a bit. Is there anything you'd like to promote?
Well, I don't think I need to promote anything. Yeah, I'll say quite a common thing I keep saying, just peace, love, and harmony, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Everybody, Eugene of Ginger, Macro coming out on Napalm Records very soon. Be sure to pick that up. This is Alex from Heavy New York. We'll see you next time.